What if I told you that finding a local Thai perfume brand in Phuket turned out to be much harder than finding luxury designer fragrances? As a fragrance enthusiast, I've made it my mission to discover and support local perfume houses from around the world, brands with unique stories, creativity, and scents that deserve more attention. So while visiting Phuket, Thailand, I set myself a challenge. Can I find a truly local Thai perfume brand? It sounded simple, but it wasn't. I was about to give up, convinced you just couldn't bottle the soul of Phuket, and that's when it happened. Right when I was ready to call it quits, I stumbled on a hidden gem with the most incredible scents, a discovery that completely changed my trip. The journey began the moment I landed in Phuket. After arriving at the airport, I headed straight to my hotel to rest and prepare for the adventure ahead. I spent my first day exploring the area around my hotel and visiting a few nearby beaches. While the beaches were beautiful, I was already familiar with them from previous visits. This time I had a different mission in mind, so rather than rushing into it, I used the day to settle in, scout the area, and prepare for the adventure that would begin the next morning. The next morning, I woke up early, grabbed a cup of coffee, and set off on my mission. I thought it would be easy. I was wrong. I am in Phuket and I am on a mission, not for the perfect beach or the spiciest curry, but for a local Thai perfume brand. My first stop was Phuket Old Town. Walking through its colorful streets and historic buildings, I expected to find at least one local fragrance house representing Thailand's perfume culture. But despite exploring the area, I couldn't find what I was looking for. There were tons of shops selling spa-stuffed coconut oils, lemongrass soaps, herbal balms, and they were all lovely, but they weren't what I was looking for. Not ready to give up, I continued my search in Kathu town. I wandered through local shops and hidden corners, hoping to discover an artisan perfume creator. Once again, no luck. Next, I headed to Jang Ceylon. With its massive selection of stores and international brands, I was certain I would find something interesting. Instead, I found the same familiar designer fragrances that can be found almost anywhere in the world. Walking into the department stores, I was hit by a wall of fragrance. Every single international brand you can name was there, shimmering under bright lights. At that point, I started wondering if this challenge was going to end without success. I mean, in a country with such a rich history of aromas from street food to temple incense and all the incredible flowers, how could finding a true artisanal Thai perfume be this hard? I just wanted a scent that would always take me back to the real Thailand, not a duty-free shop. Day one ended in disappointment, and I still hadn't found what I was looking for, but I wasn't ready to give up. With no luck on day one, I returned to my hotel and mapped out my plan for the next day. But I wasn't done yet. On day two, despite heavy rain sweeping across Phuket, with rain in the forecast, I decided to go with Tom Ford's Soleil Edge as my scent of the day. It's fresh, elegant, and one of those rare fragrances that works beautifully in almost any weather, making it the perfect choice for my adventure. I kept moving between showers, determined to complete my mission. There was one more place left on my list. I headed to this place I had visited before. I hadn't found anything there on my first attempt, but something told me it was worth giving it another shot. And yes, the place I decided to revisit was Central Phuket. And that's where everything changed. I had almost given up on finding a true local Thai perfume brand. Then a little voice in my head said, "Why not try one last time? What do you really have to lose?" I was sure it would be the exact same story. Another huge mall, same global brands. So I stepped into the mall, not expecting much, and started wandering past small clothing boutiques and local shops. Then something quietly caught my attention. Tucked away among the stores was a small minimalist storefront. No flashy signs, no giant advertisements, nothing trying to pull people in, just a simple name on the front. Malya Perfume House. I have never heard about this brand before. I walked in. The display was beautiful, so neat and personal. It didn't feel corporate. It felt like something someone had poured their soul into. Elegant space with rows of simple, beautiful bottles. It felt like a little sanctuary. The bottles were simple, the names were interesting. Unfortunately, I didn't ask them about origin of brand. Apparently, Malya is an artisanal Southeast Asian perfume house. The brand Malya had a ton of different fragrances. These weren't cheap, one-note tourist sprays. They were real structured perfumes that changed over time on the skin. I tried one called Gentleman. This was totally different. It starts off fresh and clean, a little bit spicy. I like this one the most. The magic is in the dry down. It evolves into this super smooth, woody, and slightly leathery scent. But I liked Malya Red too. This one just stopped me in my tracks. The opening is this bold mix of rich fruit and spice that grabs you immediately, powerful but not harsh. It smells like nothing else I own. What really caught my attention was Malya's limited edition collection. The craftsmanship was gorgeous, and each bottle looked like a piece of art rather than just a perfume. Let me make one thing clear. This is not a sponsored review. In fact, before walking into the store, I knew absolutely nothing about this fragrance brand. However, discovering Malya Perfume House was the highlight of my trip. This is exactly why I started this mission. In a world that's so saturated with the same big brands, there is so much beauty and soul in smaller, local spots that are driven by pure passion. For me, Malya isn't just making perfume. They're bottling the essence of a region and celebrating nature with so much care and artistry. You know, this whole thing started with a simple goal: find a perfume that smells like Phuket. And then, by pure coincidence, I came across a fragrance with the word Sense of Phuket written right on the label. This isn't about a fancy bottle or a huge marketing budget. It's about the story, the craft, and a real connection to a place and its culture. But this wasn't the only thing I came to discover. I came here searching for one more fragrance related discovery, something special, something worth the journey. You'll have to join me in the next fragrance discovery episode to find out. If you enjoyed coming along on this little fragrance discovery, please subscribe for more adventures in scent. I'm always on the hunt for the next incredible story. So I have to ask you, what's the best hidden gem you've ever found while traveling? Let me know in the comments.